What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and let's talk about stimulus checks. I've got 4 on state, city, and county levels that I'm going to be discussing with you that are just coming out right now that a lot of lucky eligible people are going to be receiving. And this is your stimulus check update. Now, first up, take a look at this, you guys. Article's coming out. More than 175,000 Americans in line for a surprise $1,000 stimulus check in 2022, and also a $7,500 pay raise. See if you qualify. Also, take a look at this pilot project to study guaranteed basic income impacts on immigrants and mixed status families starts in March. I'm going to be covering for you where and who is going to be eligible. Also, extra cash. State budget surplus is big enough to give every Californian another $1,100 stimulus check. Lawmakers say so in California there is so much extra budget they could give out another Golden State stimulus check. And also, you guys, no forced stimulus check on a federal level yet, but you might qualify to get $1,000 every month through a new UBI program that's launching in one particular city. So I'm going to give you all the details in today's video. We're going to dive right in and let you know about stimulus checks. Now, also, if you want to learn about growing wealth, personal finance, consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. Hoping that channel is going to be helping out a lot of people that are looking to change their financial situation that might be struggling at this time with everything going on. I'll pin a comment down below. You can click the link, go subscribe, turn on notifications. Keep an eye out for more content on that channel as well. But right now, let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on stimulus checks. And also, I'll keep you up to date on everything happening with federal level stimulus package negotiations with Build Back Better and additional provisions and stimulus that might be coming our way. But right now, let's go ahead and dive right in. And let's start off by smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Just takes a second, really helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. If this is your first time here and you like to stay up to date, totally free to do so. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is hop on Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so first up, more than 175,000 Americans in line for a surprise $1,000 stimulus check in 2022 and a $7,500 pay raise. See if you qualify, link in the description below. Now, this says this is going to be an increase in funding for Florida public schools proposed by Governor Ron DeSantis, and he's going to be providing $1,000 stimulus payments to teachers for the second year in a row. So we had this before. This is going to be happening again, as well as an increase for teacher salaries from $40,000 to $47,500. Now, DeSantis announced his plan for this year's education budget in November, proposing increased funding for educators and students K through 12, as well as investments in new education initiatives. Now, by continuing to boost teacher pay, give bonuses to principals and teachers, prioritize workforce education, foster a strong civics curriculum, and replace the FSA with progress monitoring, we're making a significant difference in the lives of our students, he said in the announcement. Now, the governor intends to use federal stimulus money, and that's that $350 billion that was provided in the American Rescue Plan Act to states, counties, and cities. He's going to be rewarding and incentivizing Florida's 179,000 teachers and principals with $1,000 checks during an ongoing teacher shortage that has been worsened by the pandemic. And the one-time $1,000 payment will be available for full-time pre-kindergarten through 12th grade classroom teachers and principals. The budget also allocates $600 million to teacher pay, which is going to be a $50 million increase from last year in order to reach the goal of $47,500 as the minimum teacher salary. And on Friday, the state's Senate Committee on Appropriations released the state budget for the fiscal year, which is set to be approved on Wednesday. So if you are an educator, a teacher in the state of Florida, you received those educational bonuses before, you're going to get that again this year, and also a pay increase as well. Now, next up, link in the description below to this article that came out that says Pilot project to study guaranteed basic income impacts on immigrants and mixed status families starting next month in March. Now, the article says that a group of 330 undocumented and mixed status families living in 13 counties in New Mexico will participate in a pilot project starting in March that will study the impact of those families receiving a guaranteed basic income over the course of 12 months. So, if you're in these 13 counties in New Mexico, 330 families are going to be receiving UBI for 1 full year. And it says the families will receive a $500 a month for 12 months of UBI and participate in online surveys as well as more in-depth interviews on how the 12-month guaranteed income impacts their lives, officials said during a press conference virtually on Monday of last week. Now, you have until February 11th to apply for this if you're in New Mexico and you are possibly eligible. And we're seeing a lot of these programs pop up. Feel like I'm reporting on them almost every other day now. New universal basic income for low-income families. And this, we're hearing, is providing data that is showing that this is helping out a lot of those families. Just give them an extra push to get back up on their feet. So we're seeing a whole lot more of these. And as they pop up, I'll be sure to let you know. And also, the windows for applications usually are pretty small. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. So as soon as I get word, you can know what's going on and what's available to you. Next up, link in the description below to this article that says extra cash, state budget surplus is big enough to give every Californian another $1,100 stimulus check, lawmakers say. Now, as you know, the first Golden State stimulus check was for those making $35,000 a year or less. Some got $600, some got $1,100. And then the second one was for those making $35,000 to $75,000 a year. And now we're hearing the state has so much surplus, leftover funds, they're likely going to be sending out another stimulus check here very soon. Now, the article says it sounds like there will be at least another round of stimulus checks coming this year. This is thanks to California revealing its projected $45.7 billion budget surplus in January. And just to give you an idea of how much that is, the third $1,400 stimulus check was $400 billion. So this is about a tenth of that size. And that is just for one state. They have enough money to give out a lot of stimulus check. Take a look at this, you guys. As a result, State Senator Brian Jones said that every resident could get a $1,125 tax rebate, aka stimulus check, or $4,500 for a family of 4, just from the state. And he explained that in a video last week when he spread out a large pile of rice in his hands, and he said if each grain of rice was $100,000, that means that California's $45 billion surplus in tax overcollected by this much. And it was a huge pile of rice that he was running his hands through, and that means there's a lot of surplus. And it is very likely, if you're in the state of California, keep an eye out for another state stimulus check. And next up, you guys, link in the description below to this article that just came out that says no fourth stimulus check on a federal level yet, but you might qualify to get $1,000 every month. And yes, this is another UBI program that's going to be starting. Take a look, you guys. In July, 100 mothers started getting $1,000 a month thanks to $16 million from the Bridge Project. And that is in New York. And we're hearing more of these are going to be going out to more residents. Take a look, you guys. It was launched by a venture capitalist and his wife, according to the New York Times. The purpose was to measure the effects of regular unconditional stipends on low-income recipients. And importantly, that launch came roughly in tandem with the rollout of those monthly child tax credits in the United States, where you're getting those monthly payments for your children. Now, there would ultimately only be 6 of those monthly checks, and the rest of it you're going to get when you collect your taxes. But despite the Biden administration's goal of sending out more of those this year, unfortunately, there has not been enough support in Congress to do so. But meanwhile, the basic income experiment is expanding. In April, for example, the program is adding several hundreds of expecting mothers in more New York City neighborhoods, including South Bronx and East Harlem. There are a few different cohorts participating in the program and whose outcomes are being tracked. Now, in a group of families, half are going to be getting $500 per month for 3 years, the other half $1,000 per month. And in a second group of families participating, they're going to be getting $1,000 a month for 18 months. So this is the one that's going to be coming, and then $500 for another 18 months. Finally, a control group of families gets no money. So they're going to be launching more of this UBI program and helping out more families and studying the data to see if they can maybe even do more of these around the nation and help out more low-income households. So you guys, that is the latest on stimulus checks. And as I said, as more information pops up, more cities, more states, I'll keep you up to date here on the channel, and be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, because a lot of these are very time sensitive. So you want to be notified right away as soon as we get word. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps me out a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments. Share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. If this is your first time here, totally free to stay up to date. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.